Welcome to Sports Talk.
Hello everyone, welcome. It's Nick from Top Notch Sports. And today we're going to be doing my 2022 NFL Draft tight end prospects. Big year this year. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tight ends I got scouted. I watched all these guys. Here are my notes. Only 2 pages. You guys are probably like, holy crap, it's only 2 this time, not 14. Yeah, no, not 14 anymore. I got a lot of other pages printed out over here. I would pull them out and show you all of them for the wide receivers, the running backs, and the quarterbacks that we already did. Only 2 pages for the tight ends. Hoping to be a 25, 30-minute video, not a 45 to an hour-long video like the other few have been. So this one should be a lot faster because you get this one over a lot quicker. And then, again, I'll discuss your guys' comments at the very end of the video. Be sure to tune in, leave a like, subscribe, go follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, which has been kind of doing a lot better than I would have expected. And, of course, subscribe to us on YouTube. All right, let's hop into this. Let's go to the tight ends. All right, so here we go, the 2022 tight end prospects. Let's hop right into this. Now, before we even get started, I would like to tell you guys that my track record for tight ends might be, honestly, the best track record I have. Now, it's not a lot. Okay, it's dating back to 2019. But I'll be honest with you, this track record is not too bad at all, in my opinion. I honestly think it's pretty much spot on for the tight end position, unlike my wide receivers that has been pretty much off for a good amount. But again, let's hop right into it here, okay? So 2019, I had ranked the top 3 guys. It was Hodgson 1, Fant 2, Irv Smith 3. I feel like I banged that one perfectly. Hodgson, I believe, is still the best. I really love Hodgson. He can block and catch the ball. I really feel like he's a little bit underrated because he's such a good blocker, but he's even a really good receiver and a good fantasy option for those of you that play fantasy football. So again, a lot of people think best tight end, best wide receiver, best running back, best quarterback are the guys that score the most fantasy points. Not always true. Sometimes they do it other ways that you don't see. And Hodgson does a lot of points. He earns a lot of points in blocking that unfortunately aren't accounted for in fantasy. So again, Hodgson was the number 1, Fant was my number 2, Irv Smith was my number 3. In 2020, I had Troutman 1, Komet 2, Alberto 3, Hopkins 4, Harrison Bryant 5, Pinkney 6, Moss 7, Hunter Bryant 8. This list is not too far off either, in my opinion. Troutman right now is still a starter for the New Orleans Saints, and he's been getting more and more utilized. But the quarterbacks there are been terrible. They have been absolutely terrible. Cole Kmet, I thought would be a lot better, but he was everyone's number 1. I didn't like him as my number 1. I liked him as number 2. I had Troutman over him. And I still stand by my decision there. I think Troutman honestly is a better tight end, but Komet really has not had a good quarterback either. Now he has Justin Fields. We'll see what happens there. Albert O right now is going to see a huge upgrade. I mean, this guy had a ton of potential. So fast, so big, so quick. Now he has Russell Wilson at the helm. I picked him up in the Dynasty League, so very happy with him. I think he's going to have a good year this year, so we'll see how he does. But again, this was ranked off the prospects and choosing who I would draft. And at the time, I think Troutman was the best option. Now, again, Alberto could pass everybody this year if he has a great year. So we'll see what happens. But again, coming out of the draft, this was my order. 2021, Pitts was everyone's number 1. So again, okay, hurrah, hurrah. Freiermuth was number 2. That was almost everybody's number 2. Hurrah, hurrah. I had Tommy Tremble at 3. I really love Tommy Tremble. And Brevin Jordan at number 4. Go back, watch my video from last year. This was the exact order. Look, this is what it was. And honestly, you look at the top 4 from last year's draft, some people might have Brevin Jordan over Tommy Tremble. I still like my list like this. I think Tommy Tremble is heavily underrated. He can pass block, line up as a fullback, run block, and catch the football out of the backfield. He's really fast. Might take a year or 2 or 3 to develop, but he's going pretty good. So my 2021s also, I feel like banged out of the park. I'll be honest with you. A+ for 2019, A maybe for 2020 for the ranking order. And I think that 2021, I think you can give me an A- again for this year. So now let's hop into my grade scale. Here's the grade scale. Been using the same damn thing for years. Release, route running, catch and Travis, special catches, toes and bounds, speed, size, agility, and fight. And this is my complete analysis after film study and their pro days. So let's hop right into it now. First guy is Jelani Woods. Holy crap, Nick. Why are you breaking the mold? I'm doing it. Nobody said Troutman. And you know what? Like receivers where it was totally off on receivers, last year. I feel like I can swing for the fences again at tight end because I was right with Adam Troutman, in my opinion. And I feel like I'm going to be right with Jelani Woods. We're talking best prospect, not best career, not the first tight end off the board, best prospect. Well, Jelani Woods is your guy. 6'7", 253, runs a 4.6, 140. Huge guy who runs extremely fast. This kid by far has the most potential in this draft. Size and speed is going to make him extremely explosive at the next level. He can be an underneath pass catcher, but he is a phenomenal route runner. He uses his size and will field balls over the middle of the field. He is not scared to get hit and he's not willing to go down easy. Love the way he plays, but he is going to be a developmental player, but by far has the most potential. If you're 6'7", 253 and run a 4.6, people have never heard of you before. This is insane. This is something that people, just don't get every day. And that is what Jelani Woods brings to the table. Kyle Pitts was also an exception. I believe Kyle Pitts was 6'6", 6'5", and ran like a 4.4, 4.5. Jelani Woods is 6'7", 253, runs a 4.6. He's right there. Being 6'7", there's not many of those. Running a 4.6, not many of those. He matches all the check boxes that you want to match for. Could he be a freak in the NFL? Absolutely. Now who's going to be the coach that works with him? So his strengths: great size, great speed, good route running, tough to tackle, uses his size, his big size. I mean, just look at this man. He's a monster. This guy trying to wrap him up real low. Not going to do it like that, I'm sorry to tell you. And he can catch a ball in the traffic. He's not scared to go over the middle field and get popped. But his weakness, he's a developmental player. Is he a guy that right away, year one's going to pan out? Probably not. You got people like Trey McBride, Greg Dulcich, Jeremy Ruckert, Cole Turner, Jalen Wydermyer for sure. That might all turn out to be better players right away. But if you give Jelani Woods time, you develop him, I believe he could be the best. I think he is the best prospect, and I think he could be the best tight end in this draft. Now, again, I'm being a little ballsy here. I'm putting him at number one in my grade scale. That doesn't mean he's number one in my personal analysis, but I mean, I'm kind of giving away. He probably is. The thing is this. You'll see at the end of the video, he's going to need coaching. So coaching is going to matter, and again, you'll see more of that in my draft grades after they get drafted. Here's my breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at this. Again, you see release, nice and high with a B-. Route running B, B+, B, B-, B+, B-, B-. You're more than welcome to hit pause. Look at these. Let's go to that slide. All right, Greg Dulcich. All right, let's see what we got here. 6'4", 243, runs a 4.69. 3 inches smaller, 10 pounds lighter, and runs a 0.08 second slower 40-yard time. That shows you how much of a freak Jelani Woods is. And Greg Dulcich is also considered decently fast as a tight end. This kid may be my favorite tight end in the draft. There was a long dry spell. After I was watching these guys, I was like, this guy's boring. The very end, I discovered Greg Dulcich, and I absolutely love this guy. He just seems to create a ton of separation. He does not only create a ton of separation, but he also does a great job finding the openings in the defense. He has great route running, and he does seem like he has good speed. Now, again, this was before I watched his 40. 4.69 is decent speed. So the speed I was seeing in film matches his 40 time. Reminds me of a Hawkinson and a Kittle type receiver. Can take passes underneath or in the seams. He's an underneath guy or a through the seams guy. He looked like Hawkinson. You look at this. This looks like TJ Hawkinson. He blocks decently well. I would not consider him a great blocker, but really decent pass catcher. So what does he do well? Creates a lot of separation, finds a hole in the zones, and good route running. And honestly, there's nothing I would consider weakness. There's only 3 strengths listed. I would consider a lot of things that he does average, but he really doesn't have many weaknesses at all. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that. And here's the next guy, Trey McBride. 6'3", 246, and he did not run a 40. This kid is one of the fastest tight ends in this draft class through the film I watched. Now, again, that wasn't regarding his 40 time. He did not run a 40. He does a great job catching some balls over his shoulders and balls over the middle of the field. He can catch a ball and receive contact. So what's he good at? Tracking the deep ball, special catching ability. He makes some good catches with one hand or getting both toes in bounds. And there it is, toes in bounds. Weaknesses, route running. Not the greatest route runner on the film I watched. Again, earned a 59 as his grade. That means he earned 59% of the points possible being able to be earned. So let's hop into his breakdown. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that. And let's go to the next guy, Jeremiah Ruckert. Jeremy Ruckert, 58 as his grade, 6'5", 252, did not run a 40. This kid's another guy that I really liked in this draft class. Made some special catches and is really great at getting open when the play breaks down. Tough to judge his route running as most of the film does not show, but he is a quarterback-friendly tight end. Here he is. That ball is going to be delivered. one arm behind him. Number 8 right here looks like he might even be cutting on that arm previously. One hand. I guarantee you he's going to snag that ball with that one hand and turn up field and gain a few extra yards. This guy has amazing, amazing hands. Great hands. He has a special catching ability where he can go up with one hand and grab it like a mitt, and he has a really good release. His weakness is his agility. Once he catches the ball, he might gain 2-3 yards. He's not going to juke nobody out or avoid a bunch of tacklers. He's just going to run in a straight line and gain as many yards as he can that way. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at it. And here's the next guy, Cole Turner from Nevada. 6'6", 249, runs a 4.76. There you go, a little bit slower 40 time this time. This kid's a great 50-50 ball catcher. He uses all of his size and extremely strong hands. He does not do much after the catch, but he may have the best ball skills in the draft. He surely could be a mismatch and line up all over the field. 6'6", 249, tall, lengthy kid, a 50-50 ball catcher who uses size, strong hands, has that good special catch ability. I think he might have the best ball skills in the draft. Good job catching the ball over the middle of the field and through traffic, and good versatility. Line up as a wide receiver, line up as a tight end, can do a little bit of everything. I honestly think that this guy might be one of the most versatile tight ends in this draft class. Line up as a receiver, line up as a tight end. He can get it done both ways. He could be a mismatch. Is he that prototypical tight end? No, I don't think so. He's not, 255, 260. He's 249, which is still decently heavy, but he looks just longer and lengthy. Like, look at this guy. He does not look like a tight end, but the guy has some great ball skills. His weaknesses, his release is not the greatest. He's a little bit, I would say, not as strong as some of the, prototypical tight ends. His route running could be improved. He doesn't have the greatest agility, and he doesn't fight for extra yards after the play is over. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that. And again, you see special catching ability, and the toes and bounds is really high. The size is pretty good, but a lot of C's here. Not really good after the catch is what we're noticing. Next guy, Jalen Wydermyer. 6'3", 255. Considered the number 1 tight end on so many people's mock drafts. On their big boards. Again, right now he's ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 according to my grade scale. It might change when you look at my personal analysis. Wait until the end. 6'3", 255, big body tight end that has the ability to sit in zones and gain some extra yards. He is not a physical freak, but he can catch a lot of passes by finding openings in the zone and attacking it. So what's he good at? His strength, good zone IQ, sits in zones, catches the football, and he can fight for some extra yards. Weakness is his release. Doesn't have really a great release in the film I watched. Just really curl route, sits down, little hitch route, out route, in route, drag route, catches a ball in the zone, gains 2 to 3 extra yards. Big body guy, fights for some extra yards. That's what I like about him. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to hit pause and look at that. And let's go to the next guy. Austin Allen. 56 for his grade. 6'7", 253. Ran a 4.83. 4.83 is not bad for the 6'7" guy. Again, being 6'7", 6'8", 250, 4'8", 4'7", 4'7", that's typical. Running a 4.61 at 6'7", 253 for Jelani Woods. Absolutely ridiculously insane. And again, I watched his film before anything, and I liked him before that. So his film and his combine makes him my favorite prospect. Austin Allen. This guy's pure size and blocking ability can make him special. I'm awaiting a 40 time to see what this guy is truly made of. He is not afraid of fielding a ball in traffic and taking a huge hit over the middle of the field. He can make some pretty special catches and not the easiest to take down. Hard to watch his route running release because there was limited film on him. 6'7", 253, 4.83. That's typical for the size, but he's overly big. A lot of tight ends in the NFL are 6'4", 6'3", 6'5", 6'7's big. He has a really good blocking ability, something that a lot of these other guys didn't have. Good at catching the ball in traffic and over the middle of the field. And he has a special catching ability. He can catch some balls with one hand, get both toes and mouths. Weaknesses. His release is not the greatest, or a lack of film, I should say. Didn't get to really watch a lot of his releases. Route running is also not the greatest. He's not fast, really. And his agility is not where he would like it to be. But again, at 6'7", 250, typically these guys are not going to be breaking a lot of tackles or being super agile. There's his breakdown. Make sure you look at it. Next guy, Cade Otton. 6'5", 247, did not run a 40. This kid's a big tight end who's not afraid of catching the ball over the middle of the field. He is not agile, but he is smart by staying in the open zones. So what's he do good? Catches the ball over the middle of the field. What does he not do that great? Great. Doesn't really have a great release. Doesn't really have phenomenal route running. It's not the fastest guy on film. and he's not the most agile either. He might be trying to juke here, but there's nobody to even be juking. So what the hell is he doing? Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at it. Look, a lot of C's, right? B minuses, C minus, C. You see it right down the damn board. Next guy, Isaiah Likely, 6'4", 245, did not run a 40. This kid seems quick, but I'm not going to. Let me start over. This kid seems quick, but I'm going to need a 40 time to judge his speed more accurately. Well, unfortunately, he didn't run one for us. He's a really good route runner and always finds himself open on film. He uses his size to position himself and has a really nice release. There's not much film of him after the catch. Great route running, great separation. That's honestly all you need in the NFL. Weaknesses, catching traffic, not really fielding many balls over the middle of the field. Looks a little bit more small, right? 6'4", 245. But this is your prototypical tight end nowadays in today's NFL. 6'4", 6'5", 240, 250. He's your guy. This guy has been getting a lot of hype lately. Could see him rise up my draft board before the draft, so stay tuned to see what happens with him. Here's his breakdown. Here's his grade scale. More than one to look at it here. Again, I'm giving him a C for his speed. Nothing really was able to verify his 40 time because he didn't run one. So his speed is just a prediction, and I'm going with a C. But I definitely can see that being a little bit higher. But again, not going to go too high unless he runs a 40. Chase Allen, 6'6", 251, did not run a 40 as well. This kid made some special catches. He did not run the 40. Looks decently fast on film, but it's hard to tell. Overall, he made some really nice catches, but most of his catches are from broken down plays. I question his release and route running. So you hear me say, he looks decently fast on film, but everyone else is saying not so much. So I'm going to listen to them over me, and I usually don't do that. So what's his strength? Special catch ability. He made some really nice catches. Weaknesses, doesn't have a great release, doesn't have great speed according to the media. I'm going to listen to them because, again, hard to judge speed sometimes. And he does not use his size. At 6'6", 251, you should be boxing out some guys. Getting in front of him doesn't do so. Here's his breakdown. More than welcome to look at that. Next guy is Charlie Kolar. 6'6", 252. This kid seems like a reliable target. He seems like he is always open, but the film is not the greatest. He does not show his routes, so it's hard to judge. His 40 time is going to be huge. He is good at finding openings in the zone. Didn't run a 40. Lacked a film on his film. This is a hard guy to judge. The 51 grade, again, very hard to judge considering there was a lack of film. So this guy could be a guy. I'm not saying he is a sleeper because it's just a lack of film. So I'm not going to say I missed on him. I'm going to say that right now. So if I look back at this 5 years from now, I'll say, what did I say about Charlie Kolar or Kolar? I don't even know how you say his name. Here's what I'm saying right now. So remember this 5 years from now, May. If he turns out to be good, there was a lack of film. If he turns out to be bad, there was a lack of film. Don't really know much about him, but in the film I saw, his speed seemed to be a weakness, and his release seemed to be a weakness. Here's his grade scale. See exactly how I read him. Again, decent with keeping both toes in bounds, decent catching the balls over the middle of the field, and didn't use his size that badly. Here is the final guy, Jake Ferguson, 6'4", 450. 450? Damn. Man, he's heavy. Joking, 250. Runs a 4.81. Yeah. 4.81 at 6'4", 250. That shows you how fast some of these other guys are. Let me just put this into consideration. 3 inches smaller than Austin Allen, ran a 0.02 second faster 40-yard dash time. 3 inches smaller than Jelani Woods, ran about a 0.2, actually exactly 0.2, 0.2 of a second slower 40 at 3 inches smaller. Shows you how much of a freak Jelani Woods is. What are his notes? This kid is not afraid to catch a ball in traffic over the middle of the field. He has a good release and route running, which makes him get open. He uses his size to catch a football. So again, it has some decent, notes, weaknesses. Doesn't really have a great special catch ability. Doesn't show great speed at all, and lacks agility. You look at it here. Here you go. You're more than welcome to look at it. And now let's go down to the order. Here's the order of my grade scale. You just saw this as the order I just basically went over. Woods 1, Dulcich 2, McBride 3, Ruckert 4, Turner 5, Wydermyer 6, Allen 7, Otton 8, Likely 9, Allen 10, Kolar 11, and Ferguson 12. Now let's go down to this. Here's my 2022 draft compared to my 21 rankings via my personal analysis. So based on last year's draft, I still have Pitts as my number 1, Freiermuth as my number 2, and Tommy Tremble as my number 3. I do have Woods as 4, Greg Dulcich 5, Trey McBride 6, then Jeremy Ruckert, then Jalen Wydermyer. So here's what I'm basically telling you. there's a lot of good tight ends in this year's draft, but there's not. And last year, there was a lot of great tight ends. But after last year's great tight ends, it fell off like a shithole. Okay. You just kind of kept on falling and then you just landed in a pile of dog crap. This year, there's not that special guy like Kyle Pitts. There wasn't that really good guy like Pat Freiermuth. But there's a lot of middle of the road guys, in my opinion, that can all be good, quality, decent starting tight ends in the league. And again, since they're all okay, I'm betting on Jelani Woods being the best guy. I'm betting on his athleticism, on his size, and on hopefully the coaching. And again, this is my analysis video. My career trajectory will be based on my draft grades video. So again, after these guys get drafted, I'll let you know what I think about Jelani Woods, what team he went to, and what I think he's going to pan out to be in. But right now, this is my order, and now let's go under to my 2022 rankings. Here it is under my personal analysis. I got Woods 1, Dulcich 2, McBride 3, Ruckert 4, Wydermyer 5, Turner 6, Allen 7, Otton 8, likely 9, Allen 10, Kolar 11, and Jake Ferguson 12. So now I'm going to go meet you guys again, answer some of the fan questions, and see you back. All right, I'm back. Here we go. So what do we got now? So you left me a few questions. The first question is, Nick, you've been pretty good at tight ends lately, basically, right? And what makes you hit on tight ends and miss on some receivers? And the real question is, well, I shouldn't say the real question. The answer to that is, I don't know. No idea. You hit some guys, you miss some guys. Elijah Mitchell, I hit on. I hit on Pat Freiermuth, in my opinion. I hit on, Justin Jefferson. I hit on Justin Herbert. I hit on, I'm drawing a blank here. I hit on Tua kind of being, the worst quarterback out of the top 3 that year. I missed on Jordan Love a little bit, even though I didn't have him ranked as like the top guy. I had him ranked decent, and he never really panned out, and nor has he really been given a chance. I probably missed on Kellen Mond. I hope they give him a chance. So you hit, you miss. That's the name of this business. I'm going to give you a complete take that nobody else is going to give you because they're too damn scared to say it. I tell you what I see on film, not what everyone else is saying. If I'm just going to read off a newspaper or another scouting report, might as well just read somebody else's. I'm going to give you something that I see. Everything I write, everything I see, I write down on pieces of paper. Tight ends, not as much into depth. But for some reason, even though I don't go as in depth with tight ends as I do receivers and everyone else, you see here pages and pages and pages and pages and pages long of wide receiver. I get these guys rolling all the damn time. And sometimes the tight end position, it's just simpler to me. I play a little bit of tight end when I played, very little. I was more of a blocking tight end when I played when I was younger. That's just the way it is, right? And when you play a position, I play lineman, I play tight end, play a little bit of linebacker. I play mainly defensive lineman, and I play a little bit of safety. You hit on some areas that you play, and I've also been hitting on quarterbacks every year, which is interesting. So you hit, you miss. Why tight ends over wide receivers? No idea. But maybe I'm more of a specialist in the tight end area. So maybe you want to listen to me more at tight ends than you do wide receivers. Who knows? But that's what I can tell you. That's that. The other thing is, you guys asked me is, why do you choose potential at times over talent right now? That's actually a really good question. Why potential over talent? Some guys you got to bet on. Some guys you got to bet on. That's the name of this business. I bet on Josh Allen. I bet on Lamar Jackson. I'm betting on Zach Wilson. I bet on Justin Herbert. I bet on Justin Jefferson. I bet on T. Higgins. I bet on Donovan Peoples-Jones. And again, some of these guys are misses, right? I bet on Tylan Wallace. So you get some hits, you get some misses. Some guys, you got to look at their potential, what you think they can do, and put them up on your board and allow them to be heard. Like Alec Pierce is my wide receiver. Love that guy. Khalil Shakir. Love that guy. I absolutely, in this year, like for tight ends, for an example, Jelani Woods is my guy. Jelani Woods is my guy. I could be terribly wrong. Greg Dulcich is also my guy. Everyone's saying Trey McBride. And again, I have no knock on Trey McBride. I think Trey McBride is that prototypical tight end that's going to catch a lot of balls and be good. But if I had to bet on somebody being a superstar, my number 1 guy is Jelani Woods. My number 2 guy, I'm sitting here right now telling you, Nick, I know you're watching this video right now 5 years from now. You're saying you're kicking yourself in the ass, okay? And I'm telling you, I'm going with Jelani Woods. Maybe I'm wrong, but watch his film. I think it's the best. I think it's the best. He's fast. He's physical. Big body guy. If I got to draft somebody, I'm drafting Jelani Woods. Greg Dulcich, number 2. I really like Greg Dulcich, number 2. And then after that, I'm probably going Trey McBride there. So that's my list. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you have any comments, let me know in the comment section below again. Contact me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, anything you want to do. I'll answer back to you. Again, our TikTok's doing pretty good, so follow some TikTok. It's interesting. Sometimes you post clips, a lot of work. You post a clip, it blows up. Who knows? That's I'm at the Bahamas, somewhere, and maybe I get a job on NFL Network or ESPN because I'm better than Mel Kiper, I think, or at least I know what the hell I'm definitely better than. That's that damn guy, Bucky Brooks. He's terrible. Watch his quarterbacks. Oh, God. All right, I'm going on a rant. Gonna let you go. Let me know what you think in the comments below. See you guys soon. Peace. We are built better.